Welcome, Black Cajun Sports has reached all the way out. Yeah, I threw that in there for you, Spike. I threw that in there for you, Spike, because this is the first time Black Cajun Sports has ever had an on-site interview with an NCAA tournament coach right in the midst of the tournament. We're fast approaching the first game, and we have a gentleman here today that's holding pretty much all the hopes and dreams of everyone in the 215 are riding with you, Spike. I mean, Jay is in the tournament, but Colin is not there, and it just doesn't look like the same team without him. So we're all looking for you to advance beyond the first weekend and carry us and keep us going. So what say you about this, your first appearance as a coach in this tournament, Spike?
Well, first appearance as a head coach. Had a lot of experience in the system. But more importantly than that, Dell, I'm not really worried about myself as much as I am our players. As you can see our guys right over here going up the escalator to get their COVID testing right now. That's the world we're in. I'm excited for our basketball team and our players. It's a tremendous group of young men that our coaching staff has recruited and put together. And they work so hard, and they've overcome quite a lot during the season. And the focus should not be about our coaching staff and our first trip, but more about our players. And really excited that they get to experience this.
Well, you kind of mentioned it in passing, but I think we should take a minute. The safety precautions, and by the way, that's a pretty nice looking bubble that you gave us a picture of, a peek at a second ago. What are the safety precautions like down there? Are you think is too much, just right, not enough? How you feel?
I think it depends on how you look at it. Like, what's your perspective? Is it too much for two teams to play a basketball game to go to these measures? Possibly. When you're trying to pull off $1 billion industry in a matter of 24 days or less, I think that the NCAA is leaving no stone unturned, and they can't be too cautious. So it may feel extreme at times, but I think when you step back and look at what's trying to be executed from a larger perspective of trying to get 63 games played and keep this tournament going so we can all benefit from the money that flows from this TV contract, I understand it. And our guys have been great about it. So the one thing is, this is all the first tournament for all of our players. So they don't have to compare it to last year or the year before, how it's different. So as you know, Del, we talked to you a lot about our program is based on three things: gratitude, respect, and compete. So we're appreciating this opportunity, this moment in time, and where we are and what we get to do. We're respectful of everyone around us, and we're going to try and be at our absolute best tomorrow at 1:15 against Illinois.
So because you guys kind of flew under the radar this year with all this mess going on and all this confusion, stops and starts with all the schedules, a lot of people who will watch this video may not have seen you guys play a whole bunch. So real quickly, familiarize the folk with one, I think an important addition to your coaching staff over the past year, Philly guy, and then go through some of your better players.
Yeah, I will. It's funny you said a lot of people may not have seen us play a lot this year. I would say that everybody hasn't seen us play this year. We only played half of our league games. So it's not like we went 4-5 in regular season play. We only played 9 regular season games, one of which included a win at first place JMU. We didn't get to play anybody 8, 9, or 10 in our league.
Smooth, man. I like how you threw that in there, man. I like that.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
That win against first place JMU, that was smooth, man.
JMU is a good program, and the reason that's a big win because they were in first place, and they've got a great arena, and it was great for us to go on the road.
I like that, right?
Listen, I know you well enough. You're trying to twist a little bit. Let's stay on track here. Okay? Don't create drama. Don't create drama. We all know you're good at that if we go back, right? This is another first for you, interviewing a coach live at the NCAA. There were other firsts with you and I that you also the smear campaign early on, and I'm still trying to dig out from under. But we talk about our program and our players, Del. As I said, they're getting tested right now, and I have to run up here and do this. But, I thought we wanted to do everything we could and do everything we can to serve our players. And I thought one decision that was important was we had the opportunity for Michael Jordan from Colgate, Penn alum, Penn Hall of Famer, Big Five Hall of Famer. I had a chance for him to come back to Philadelphia, and we jumped at that opportunity. And Mike has been a big impact on our program. Has had a big impact from an X and O standpoint, as well as a mentorship standpoint for our players. So he's a true coach in every aspect. He's a complete coach, and I think he'll be a very, very good head coach one day. We're fortunate to have him on our staff, along with Paul Fortier, Robert Driscoll, Justin Jennings. It's really a great group of basketball minds and coaches that have been around and understand it. That group right there, I think, combined, I believe it's either between 18 and 20 trips to the NCAA tournament. It's a really experienced group.
All right. So who's the best players on your team?
Well, I think if you had a scouting report and you were trying to defend us, you would start with Cam Winter as our point guard. Certainly the straw that stirs the drink is what many people would say about him. He's integral to how we do what we do offensively. New
York kid, right, Spike?
Hempstead, Long Island. I think the longer he's here, the more he just says he's New York. But in the shadows of the Mac complex where Hofstra plays, right around the corner from Hofstra, is where he grew up and played. And we were fortunate enough to, they had some good players at the time, and sneak in there and bring him to Philadelphia. And statistically, he's over 1,000 points as a junior, and will stack up to be one of the better point guards to play at Drexel in the last 20 years or so.
Yep, for sure.
Our center, who was an all-conference selection this year, James Butler, slightly undersized. I recruited him at Army. He chose to go to another service academy. Then when he transferred and left there, we got him to come to Drexel. His motor, his ability to make shots, frankly, lately has really changed our offense because he hit 3 3-pointers in our conference tournament. And we've got a stretch 5 that could make things interesting for us if he could shoot the ball well at the time.
All right. So let's talk about what I think is one of the best matchups of the weekend. Tim Perry against Kofi Cockburn, man. You know, Tim's my guy, man. I kind of put you on Tim, man. You know?
Yeah, I think we were aware of him before you talked to us, but if you want to take credit for it, that's fine. It's fine. I'll allow that.
I put his mom and dad on you then.
Yeah, well, I'm a Temple guy, right? I'm a Temple fan, so
but Tim gave you, on a serious note, he gave you some really strong minutes the last game.
Yeah, in the conference tournament, he was terrific. I think it was 10 minutes and 9 rebounds.
Yes.
Just incredible energy and effort.
Yes.
Tim has length. Tim has intentional length, and sometimes he has unintended length. He's just there and gets his hands on a basketball, gets a deflection. Kofi Cockburn is a huge, huge player and very, very talented. We've got to have multiple players to run at him. Tim will be one of those men that will have a chance to guard him.
The guard, how do you pronounce that? Dosunmu? Io is, will he be the best guard you played against this year?
I think he's one of the most talented guards we've seen on film for sure. Mm-hmm. He just was named National Player of the Year, I believe, by a couple of publications. Mm-hmm. And everything that I've seen, there's no evidence to think otherwise. Elite in transition, maybe the best transition slashing guard there is in the country. Shoots the ball at a high percentage and is a very efficient basketball player, and he shares it. He's not a selfish player at all. It's an impressive team. Coach Jennings on our staff is watching film and trying to find some tendencies and some weaknesses, and he goes, I feel like I'm trying to find a crack in the Hoover Dam. They're a good team. They're a good team, and they're good for a reason. They're consistent as well. As you know, we got our hands full, right? Some people say that's a big challenge. And I know at Drexel, we talk about challenges or opportunities. So we have a big opportunity ahead of us, and we're thrilled to represent the city of Philadelphia. We're thrilled to represent the CAA, and we cannot wait for this opportunity tomorrow at 1:15.
Tomorrow at 1:15, which network? They probably got 8 of them carrying it. Do you happen to know which one?
You know what? It's funny. I don't know that actual channel, whether it's TNT, TBS. I don't know that.
The other ones, yeah. Well, we really look forward to you, once again, Spike, carrying the load for the entire Delaware Valley, man. We're all Dragons this weekend, Spike. Everybody in Philadelphia.
Well, you're kind. We appreciate it, and we're going to play as hard as we can for everybody. You know
All
what,
right.
too, Del? I got to run here for a second. We'll set those other guys up. I particularly, maybe we're getting a lot of credit because this is our first tournament run, but that should not be confused because this is not Drexel's first tournament-worthy team. The 06-07 team had an incredible run. The selection committee did not see that they were worthy, and then one of the greatest robberies in the history of selection committee at-large teams was the 11-12 team that didn't get in, and those are two teams that Brood put together and weren't selected. So when we take the floor tomorrow, we're not only playing for ourselves and our alums, we're playing to represent those teams that were deserving to be in a tournament back then.
Real classy Spike, and that's why everybody in Philly always says, yo, man, I like Spike, man. So
except you. Hey, Del, I'm going to get a link. I'm going to send a link to get those other two guys on here, okay?
I appreciate you, man. All right.
I'll send them this link, and they'll do it from their phone. Is that all right? Then you can put it together?
I mean, well, I'll just do another one for what, 3 o'clock? 2 o'clock? It's 2 o'clock now.
Yeah, I'll just have them, do it for 2 o'clock, and I'll send it to both of them.
All right.
All right, see you. Bye.
Yep.
Thank you.